Hi friends, welcome back. Today's pick a card will be focusing on a topic called Where is my money? So I will go ahead and tell you the actual stones and then we'll be moving on to some information. First pile, Tiger's Eye. Second pile, this chunk of pyrite or fool's gold. Third is citrine. And fourth is clear quartz. Okay. Now the actual information. So for some reason, apparently it was really hard for me to even start this recording. I think it's for good reasons because when that happens, I usually do some really quality-oriented reads. And thanks once again for all the support, for the shares, for the likes, and for the comments, saying that it resonates and it helps you like by knowing that people like my videos and comment below like how it resonates or it resonated at all, or even like a small interaction, not only that boosts my video, but also it makes me feel like, I have made a person happy, and therefore it's an accomplishment for me. So I think I just wanted to mention that, every single interaction counts, and you are the reason why I gained so much like confidence in the work that I do. And your support is building who I am. Like your support, your feedback is actually giving me very strong and powerful insights into what I'm actually trying to uh, embody, like what I'm trying to become in here. So thanks a lot for that. It really counts and it really means so much for me. Okay, so I wanted to as well delve into a little bit more detail for those of you who will be listening to the introduction with Where's My Money? Well, of course, this will tap into different aspects of the read, meaning that for some, I will be explaining where your money goes, where your abundance goes, maybe where it's stuck, or for some, I will be highlighting the actual blockages or how you can go about and reach this money or bring it back into your life. Something along the lines of this. This is going to be a very diverse and need-oriented reading. So whenever you find it, it's a timeless one. So like every single one on my channel, um, expect to get information, expect to get insights from your specific situation, or at least I hope so. Like at least I hope my my pile, each pile will give you that insight, basically. So without too much talking, let's go right into the reading, starting off with the first pile, which is Tiger's Eye. Hello and welcome, pile 1. You have the Tiger's Eye as promised. First card and the most representative one is going to be the Four of Swords being reversed, Two of Swords surrounding it, and the Magician in reverse. It feels to me like this pile, this specific pile, is going to resonate for those of you who are actually dealing with a shortage of sorts with money or abundance, or as if it comes and it goes just as easily, or you don't really see your money, or it slips away from you. I got that with the Four of Swords in here, and it's as though the proportion of the work that you do or you invest is not necessarily being met, or it's not necessarily being balanced with the output of the actual money. This situation can as well resonate with people who are actively investing, meaning that if you are placing your money right now into something long term, then you can experience a potential shortage of sorts. Or, it's a real shortage in here with money. Like I can powerfully sense it. Or as well, there is an information in here with the Nine of Swords and the Strength card, as if right now you're experiencing a sort of phase in life where it's kind of bothering you, or it's actually very much so hinting a level of anxiety or even panic of sorts, with the idea of I don't know how I will manage it, or if I will be able to balance this aspect out, in my life. This is like very chaotic, can be of course as well focused in here with this. Let's see, uh it's either a 7, I don't even remember, but it's a card of like, it says in here hope and reflection. It's like this pile has some issues with money, but it's because it feels to me like specifically you are struggling with having a case where you get just enough to go by, and you don't necessarily like get this extra money, and many of your expenses or much of your money is being introduced into some sort of money flow, or where is your money, it's basically being paid, or it's basically being invested, or is going in things that are absolutely like must have in this case. I sense in here a very strong and interesting aspect with the strength and the two of swords. It's like a fight with money, or like it's a lesson. Like something about this pile speaks to me about the aspect of money being or abundance or shortage is actually teaching you something in this case, or it's like a personal challenge, or it can be very much or very strongly associated with the idea of a trigger, or you should be asking yourself, what is this situation making me feel like, or um, how is this making me feel, and why specifically this situation is triggering me. And I would advise you to address it more so on an emotional level or on a more felt like level, and not so much focus on the actual money. Think of the situation more so as a lesson, maybe, or as something that has been or is triggering you, either like from the past, or something that is meant to actually um, deepen your understanding of yourself, or something that is like a trial for you. It's like a personal thing, like it's like a personal pet peeves type of a thing for this pile to experience, like shortage or some frustration, some degree of frustration with money, or not having enough, or no matter what, how I try, no matter how much I do, it seems to not be working, it seems to be just out of reach, or you can, as I said, get enough money to just um, place it in the next thing, like in the next thing. And there is like this lingering fear that maybe there will be a time where I will not have like some amount of money that I will be required to pay. I would say in here the best possible option for this pile would be with this chariot representation, um, to seek maybe help and to address it, as I said, on a very feeling level, or for those of you who are interested maybe in therapy or in some sort of like self-awareness exercise, or maybe like diving into the actual problem, as I said, like what does this money situation, what does it trigger inside of you? And the moment you'll realize that with this Ace of Pentacles, you'll have a new fresh perspective upon money, and you will inevitably like end up with some shifts that will favorably like place you in the situation, and will change the situation in such a way that it will not be like a determination, like it will not be a fatalistic approach to money, or you will be breaking a cycle, or you will not be repeating something that has been perpetuating itself for a very long time. It's as if the reading is calling you to actually grasp a higher perspective on things, and specifically on money, to reevaluate the ways in which you tackle this subject. And there is like as well shortage of emotions in here, like the two cards which indicate emotions are actually flipped. So this can be the case for someone who as well like separates their emotions from their money, or as if there would be a separation of sorts with the ways in which you make money, and you don't want, or you don't necessarily or actively attach your emotions to your abundance. And it's as if it's hinting to me, um, try to delve into your emotions, or try to work with them, and connect them with your abundance, connect them with your activity. And with this connection, I see with this Ace of Pentacles, you will get the insight, you will get the actual. This card speaks to me about either like an opportunity, or you will be seeing open window of opportunity that is going to bring potential abundance. This card in this context really reminds me of some sort of like a new side hustle of sorts, like a new idea, a new favorable way to actually gain abundance, but not in a like a very like stressed way. So this pile would do best to strike out, to get rid of the stress that is like corroding your money situation, you know. Especially with the tiger's eye stone, I would advise you like to, if you can, explore this perspective of yours, explore your concerns relative to money, or explore things in that regard with someone who can be considered like a professional. Either for some it will be a financial one, for others this is going to be a very psychological approach, or venting. Maybe for some this is going to be about venting. Maybe for some it will be about expressing the stress associated with the actual shortage of money, because it's very much strongly coming into the reading as a challenge, like a very powerful and predominating, and can be as well very long-term money problem thing. And it's like a shortage that is preventing your authentic like abundance in this case. And I feel like it's stopping you, like Eight of Wands. It's preventing, like this attitude, like this money blockage is actually preventing you from first of all achieving enough money to actually have this more like a greater amount than you actually spend it on different things, you know. And as well, it reminds me of like this was on one hand, and this on the other hand, it's like making money in a very enjoyable way. So I think you can't have an attachment to making money, so it is very like stressful, it is very like emotionally taxing, or that I have to really make it work. Something about this pile as well with the Chariot card with this representation either doesn't seek help, either doesn't want to listen to anybody else, or is very stubborn, or is going to go into suffering but do it their way. You know, it's as if you're perpetuating your own suffering in here with the Five of Pentacles. And it's asking you to either be receptive to people, to people's help, or to not make it work like everyone else does. I feel like you have some opportunity in here to make it work like as a personal business, for example, or you might have some talent, or you might have some strong asset that you don't even see as like a monetary opportunity, you know, just because like this belief around making money is making you feel like, you know, I have to strive, I have to go into effort to make it happen, you know. Like it's a very productive mindset, but it's making you suffer in the process of it, you know. You're not making it enjoyable, or you have forgotten what makes you happy, and as well you have forgotten to include it in the ways in which you make money. So most likely this is going to be a person who's making money out like of a job that is really stressful, or a job that requires you to be really tense, and even the process in and of itself is not enjoyable. And you must like, if you are maybe something from this reading is for you, but most likely this is going to be the people who are struggling, who are wrestling with their money, who are wrestling with their abundance, and not necessarily like working in the same direction as they should be. And it's okay, this reading is maybe like a hint of what you should be doing in the future. And it's first of all working with your emotions, your triggers in regards to money, and second of all working through your mindset relative to money and how you make it. Do you really want to make money and struggle along the way, or do you want to make money that in a way that makes you feel like it was fun, in a way in which you felt like it was reasonable and it was really relaxing, or it was really enjoyable, like the process of it, the adventure of making the money was worth it, you know. You are invited to make that change. You are invited to transition with these two important emotional and mindset, like mental aspects, second mental aspect. So that was all pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my old videos as well. And comment your situation below if it is really you, because it's really interesting to know if it helped you or not. So yeah, that was all. Bye. Hello and welcome pile number 2. You have the pyrite stone, or this like shiny fool's gold type of thing. Okay, so crystal, okay, crystal stone, whatever. We have in here a combination of cards. The central one is this like 5 of swords. The surrounding ones are the lovers and the emperor flipped, okay? This pile, okay, this is going to be a very specific message, hang on. This money situation in your case is exactly the wording of like your mental health or your emotions are your money. In this case, the more ease, the more peace, or the more like relaxed you're going to feel with your money, the more in alignment. And in alignment, when I say, it's when you experience abundance like a natural thing that is assisting your life, and that is innately like belonging to you, and you don't have to stress over it. With this lover's card, this key that flies above this heart, it reminds me of like a situation from Harry Potter, where they had to really catch like a snitch which was attached, like it was a key with wings. And it makes me feel like, without too much detail, I want to make it very clear that there are options for you. There are very valuable and quality like oriented options, financial opportunities for you, but they're only available when you have clarity. Where your money is, well, your money is definitely in your mental health. Your money lies in your clarity. Ace of Swords is like this clarity card, or this one singular idea or one singular direction. For you, it can be one singular direction, but the best thing that is going to assist your abundance in this case is ease of mind. When people are not going to stress you out as well, or when you're not going to be stressed out. What I also recommend in this case is, for example, let's get a job that is making you feel just so like enough, you get enough money to go by, but then you feel like you solved it, like you solved this area of your life the best you can. And then you give yourself the time to actually invest in things that you would consider enjoyable. If you have stress associated with your money, with money making, you have to deal with it, okay? I strongly see in here with this emperor in reverse, like you can be that person to take hyper responsibility on something and make it very miserable, like make the task of it very like miserable, or lose the fun of it, lose the adventure in it, It feels to me like this money situation can as well with the 6 of swords. You may avoid it, you may bury it, you may avoid it at all costs, or you may be getting rid of responsibility upon this because it's so much like stressful. You can be burying it with this 4 of swords, like you can be closing it in a box or pretend it's not there, or procrastinate or postpone it, stuff like that. It's as if with the Emperor, when I see this card flipped, it's as if you are renouncing to be responsible for this, or are seeking for someone else to bring it like to the table, to bring the solution to the table, to your like money or to your abundance in this case. And yeah, it's really stressful. Like the more relaxed, the more pleased with the adventure of the actual seeking of this abundance, of discovering it, the better is going to make it feel like, the better you're going to feel like about it. Yeah, and it's very spontaneous, by the way. Like the ways in which it works, the ways in which you're going to make the actual money, they're so unexpected and so like spontaneous at the same time, because with this lovers card, it's like a byproduct more so than the actual like goal of the journey. It's a byproduct of something that comes with great joy, passion, but in this case, more so like aside from the passion and joy, it's peace, really. It's something that you make that makes you feel peaceful. It's something that you make that makes you feel content, and very like calm, very relaxed, very like process oriented, I would expect this pile to thrive in environments that give you like this peace, clarity, and calmness. And these elements like provide you with the necessary components to generate the abundance. Like I would be expected to believe from the cards in here that you would most likely resonate with areas of work that require you to keep your cool or to keep calm. This is not a very noisy background type of work. This is not stressful one. This is a quality and process oriented. So this can range from being like an artist, someone who paints, someone who is like a yoga teacher, someone, for example, who can be as well like maybe psychologist. If none of these resonate, I'm just giving you the actual like traits. And the traits for you would be something, as I said, which brings you a lot of like silence, silence, calmness, and clarity. Most of all, like most importantly, clarity and no rush. Like you don't have to be rushed in this case, okay? With the Page of Cups being reversed, I would advise you to be very careful and cautious with your emotions. And with the Knight of Cups, it's to find the actual atmosphere, to invest in the small and little details that would make you feel better, like which will make you feel like your work environment is actually worth it. You have the potential of the Four of Swords in here. So this is contentment, this is fulfillment at work, but it has to be in the grasps of like it has to be in your control. It has to be in your own hands. It has to be something that makes you like open like a flower, It has to be very gentle as well, so it doesn't have to make you feel stressed or like it's like an overthinking in here. It's requiring you to be very connected to yourself. So this pile got a very specific direction in life. With Judgment, I want to say you are given a lot of people, opportunities, and stuff which will direct you in that proper direction. What you should be doing, however, is not resist it and properly respond to it, okay? If you're resonating with art, this is going to be like for you. Something that is like this work for this pile is very therapeutic for some reason. Like, forgive the actual pronunciation, but it's giving you very much like it's giving you energy. Like this is very rare for me, but it's something that is making you feel filled with energy in here. It's not like a taking energy, This work will more so give to you than actually take from you. And you'll be much like fulfilled with it. You'll be feeling like you're not rushed. You're feeling in your own zone in here. So your money goes into your emotions as well, just like the other pile. Interestingly enough, the less you overthink, the less you are conflicted, the less you are experiencing mental confusion or mental distress, the better your money will be. So I will strongly advise you to be very careful with yourself. Don't overly expose yourself to triggers with the sun being in reverse, or don't burn out, or don't place yourself in situations where making money is like a very huge stretch for you, or focus on activities that will bring quality and fulfillment into your own activities, meaning that, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, this is something very personal, like personally oriented, something that you truly enjoy doing. This reminds me of cooking. This reminds me of knitting or creating pastries or creating something like art, for example. This can as well be writing. This can as well be something of a hobby that can be transformed into a way to make money or a venue. And I see a lot of respect with Judgment. I see something you can be very prolific at, and you can receive a lot of recognition, a lot of like, you do this work very well. Like the ways in which you make this work, not everyone else can do the same. That's the energy I get, that's the feeling I get. And the most important thing as well in here is your level of comfort. The more comfortable you're going to be feeling at work, the better is going to be your performance, the better is going to be your financial situation, and you're not going to feel like you have to figure it out no matter what. And you have to feel a degree of like, I'm on a vacation with this work, you know? And if you're not, and if your situation is different, then maybe it's like a hint, it's like a direction you should be taking, or an attitude you can be embodying, so that your work does not become something you want to avoid, you know? Don't make your work something that you want to avoid at all costs with the Six of Swords. Make it work for you, because your preference matters, and your own direction, your own preference in here is very important to your own well-being and to the output that you will be giving to the world as a result. That was all pile number 2. I really hope you enjoyed the reading. Comment, like, subscribe, check out my old videos, and yeah, I'd really be glad to know if you are the second pile. Very interesting, very mysterious and calm people in here came, but doesn't have to be, of course. This can be work related, and you can be a very energetic person. Doesn't have to necessarily apply to every like single aspect. See you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You have Citrine. You have the Knight of Wands, the Strength card being reversed, and the Three of Swords. Keep yourselves from being disappointed. Keep yourselves from being upset. Keep yourselves from being discouraged, or keep yourselves from the perspectives that discourage you in such a way that they make you doubt your ability. They make you doubt your performance, okay? This pile, listen to your inner voice to the ends of the world. Listen to your impulses, listen to your immediate like inspirations, because the Knight of Wands is someone who takes the role, takes the risks, takes the actual opportunity which is given to them, and really enjoys something of a competition when it comes to their like work, or when it comes to their like money. This can be where is your money going? So potentially your money, or the best possible expression for where your money could come from, is from your drive, from your fiery like character. You can be a fire sign, doesn't have to be, of course, but I'm saying that the more free spirited, the more like, where lies your money, or where's your money? In your drive. It lies in your own directions, in your own passions, in your own like fights. This can be a very feisty group, or this can be a very like as well reckless, but someone with the white card or the blank card who enjoys like a little bit of a competition, a little bit of let's say naughtiness when it comes to money. Or of course you can be someone who is very down to earth with the Knight of Pentacles, as well as someone who at times can settle or can accept venues that provide very stable money. But what I'm trying to say in here, like, listen to your own very personal instincts, very personal impulses that lead you to conquer this world, metaphorically speaking. Don't overthink too much. Don't like, you can be the person to start something from scratch and not expect it to transform into something bigger. So it can be like this initial spark that is going to fire up everything. It's going to make it work, but then at the end of the day, you're going to like simmer down, and you're going to embody the Knight of Pentacles. So you can be someone who is either very creative, either or both or all, someone who is capable of generating very interesting ideas, someone who is very like imaginative, someone who has very like spontaneous sparks. So I would keep a journal. For if I were you, I would keep like some like a pen and paper, because you can have moments in which you provide a very like detail oriented like answer, either it be with money or in regards to problem solving. This pile has to keep things fresh. You have to keep your like money fresh. That means You have to keep your money close to your ambition. You have to keep your money close to your directions and impulses and desires. You don't have to overthink much. You just have to, with the Knight of Coins, be really like investment oriented maybe, or sometimes long-term oriented with things that are already established. But this is a very like conqueror type of person who came in here. This is a person who can or maybe has to lay the actual worries aside and really focus on the adventure, like on the actual like, let's see if it will work. If it doesn't, then F it, like don't, who cares? Like Nine of Swords being reversed. So this can, as I said, two ways. Either you're worried, maybe if you are too like out there, maybe it's like a warning to be a little bit more cautious or calculated. But overall, it's inspiring. Like this pile, your money comes from inspiration with the Ace of Cups. Your money comes from with the King of Cups. Like this can as well be validation or encouragement from people. You may be someone who needs encouragement from people or feedback that what you're doing is working, but you have to find the proper people to tell you that. I sense a lot of emotional fulfillment with what you are doing, either or what you will be doing, and you don't have to stop at things that are not working. Either you tried and they didn't work. You don't have to overthink. You don't have to think that, it's my fault or whatever. You just have to keep it fresh and keep it going, because do not allow this to go stale. Okay, this pile doesn't need too much overthinking. This pile needs something that is like in the right, like something that is flowing, lots of cards which indicate emotion that should be flowing. Like your stream of desires, your stream of passions should be always flowing. Don't accept stagnation, don't accept stopping at something, or don't accept worrying at something. Of course, be calculated and cautious and know your limits the best you can, but it's inviting you to focus on the actual like fulfillment in the process of it, like fulfillment long-term oriented, and don't be in a mental space. So this pile will be hurt by the too much strategy in here. You are like more so emotionally and fire driven, or Knight of Wands, like it's more so ambition driven. So this can be people who are great project starters. This can be people who are very much so like project generators, project leaders, project initiators, or someone who's capable of um, giving new ideas, giving very innovative changes, or ideas that can potentially like revolutionize something. They are very much so like on a very like beginning level, so you are very good at that. I can sense it, and you're going to generate a lot of like money and fulfillment along the ways of like you following your own like North Star in here. This is as well very personalized, meaning that you don't have to listen to what and how the world works. I feel like you'll have a degree of uniqueness in here, which is going to make you stand out. So you don't have to compare yourself, like in no way, shape, or form. You should correlate yourself with how you work and others and make it mean that, my directions are not right or my directions are not worthy. Don't think about this. Don't let it seep into your mind. Follow the next thing that makes you feel passionate. Follow the next thing that makes you feel like life is giving you adrenaline in this case, and don't overly focus on the risks, or don't overly focus on how it cannot work, because in this case you have to keep your level of ambition, motivation, and fire above the level of fear, above the level of doubt you might be experiencing. So this is a very energetic like pile. Other pile actually I got like previously was very much the opposite. But this pile needs fire, this pile needs adventure, this pile can as well need travel at times. Six of Cups. With the World card, this can be online, this can be as well like with the World, like traveling, as I said, or moving places, being very dynamic in here. You don't have to like don't make the water stale in here. Don't make it still. Make everything, like, if something is not working financially wise or like a project, make it flow again. So that means if you started a project, let's say in art, right? And you started overthinking it and you ruined the process. Remember how it was the first time you fired yourself up with the idea, or maybe try to reinvent it in such a way that it brings you back the level of passion you experienced at the beginning of it. So you have to keep things very fresh. You have to keep things very like entertaining, and in the beginning you have to keep it very like colorful, um, original, energetic, fiery. You have to keep it very like fresh, like the freshness. The more fresh you are going to create, the fresher the things you create, the more abundant they are going to be. You have the quality of someone who is long-term oriented, but you will have to do this with things that are more so like bulletproof. You'll have many trials and errors in here, and you can expect things to maybe not go how you like them to go, but don't make it ruin your directions, because you're going to be given the opportunities that will actually work, and you'll be shown that the ones that work will be worth investing in, But keep the drive, keep the adventure, because it's obviously playing in your favor for this pile. Okay, so that was all, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. As well, make sure to check out my old videos on my channel. Bye! Hi, pile number 4. You have quartz, clear quartz. First card, the 5 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles reversed, alongside the Emperor reversed. This pile has external influences in regards to money. You'll be having to be like free from them. You have to break free from them. You have to liberate yourself from them. And this can be a male, this can be a father, this can be like a very strong father figure. Or if this is like a woman, this is someone who's very like nosy, or someone who's very like dominating, okay? This can be representative of actually some people, because this not only can be represented by one people, but this can be a multitude. So I feel like this pile can be represented and can have influences from many people. Or honestly, like, first it's the Emperor, the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands represents a lot of people. It's in reverse. Another character in the Six of Swords, and King of Swords reverse. I think you have to create a detox in here, because you have a lot of eyes on your money. You have a lot of like influences, a lot of opinions in here that are preventing you to move forward, that are preventing you to see the situation as it is. Because I feel like you are trading your guidance for someone else's advice. Literally, it's the case of someone who's like the word of like advice, add a vice. It's like the situation where people are unfairly interfering with you, with your money, with your abundance flow, and a lot of cards in reverse, as if you're not discovering yourself because you're holding yourself accountable to someone else's like standard or standards in general, as if life has a lot of opportunities and like a lot of things related to money are trying to knock at your door, but because you listen to a lot of people, or because of this interference, it's as if your abundance is being prevented. The blockage in here is the unfair ways in which people are treating you, your money, or your decisions, as if they are not listening to you, they don't care about you, or they don't care about your directions in life. All they care about is your money, or they care about the ways in which you make money. And you can be confused. It can be a situation where, for example, you may be making money but it's not fulfilling, or it's as if the actual accomplishment was not yours, because as if these people were interfering. Six of Wands being reversed. It's like even the accomplishments related to money, you cannot take credit for them because these people are entering the equation, you know? It's a very strange energy, but your money is being like poisoned from the intervention that you got from the exterior world. And it's a very predominant thing in here with the Ten of Swords flipped. I feel like it was worse in the past. Right now it's like getting better, but with this Ten of Swords being reversed, it's like a situation or a problem that is very prevalent or very predominant in your life, or you're trying to separate or gain independence, but your situation is preventing you to do so. Or you have a lot of people in here with a page, alongside it being like a, in and of itself, a standalone character. It's as if, you know, I know best what's for you. Like, don't interfere. I know best. You don't know a thing about money. Like, something along the lines of this I'm picking up on. And because of these influences, the Ace of Pentacles is flipped. Like, the possible outcomes for abundance, improvement is being prevented by this constant bickering, or this constant like intervention, which is not welcomed, which is not was not asked for. You have a lot of things to clear out. You have a lot of influences to clear out. You have to be very like cutting with them because of this. You know, obviously I get conflicts. Oh, okay, so this is Nine of Wands. You have a lot of people's influences, opinions that need to be cut to the core. Like, you have to set your foot in on the ground and say, like, you know what, this is my life, this is my direction, this is my decision, and I will do my best to make it work. The best I can do is listen, but my decision is my decision and it's final, you know? It's as if it's a fear of upsetting people with the sun, or it's as if we try to help you and you're so uncooperative, you know? Or as if there are rules, or for some reason people are pretending that they are knowing or they know much more than you do, and therefore you should be listening to them before you even decide. This is very strange, pile number 4. This is a very specific message for you, but actually it's a little bit scary because it's a very, first of all, predominant thing. It's an obviously this is an obstacle, like people's influences are an obstacle and it's making you suffer. It's the case where you cannot take responsibility upon yourself for this domain of life because people out there think that they know better or that they know best what's right for you. This is a very huge call for liberation, or a very huge call for separation of sorts. If you can create money, or if you can create directions in life that are more so independent, you are invited strongly to create them, to nurture them, and to invite them more. Like, invite more independence into your life if you can, of course. Because it's with the Six of Swords, like, it's a desperate call for separation. It's a desperate call for freshness. It's a desperate call for, you know, I have to figure this out on my own, and then I will notify them. This can be as well a hint to actually make things work or make it your own way. And only when it succeeds, or when you get the job, or when you get the actual money or the abundance, then you notify these people and say, you know, I've made it work by myself. I was fortunate enough to listen to myself. So there is a lot of chatter, there is a chaos, like a whole chaos surrounding this situation, and a lot of people who are not supposed to be there, a lot of people who are not supposed to be interfering, but still they are, you know. Four of Cups, like, it's even like in this chaos, in this chatter, in this noise, you can't hear your own voice, you know. And it feels to me like, sadly, you'll have to deal with this abundant situation on your own for a while, on your own like account, by yourself. And you'll be having to discover the ways in which you are going to generate this abundance, and it's going to be like made by your own hand, you know. I've made it work, and I believe I'm capable of taking responsibility because I feel like most likely this pile has been given the impression that, you know, people, like, you have been given the impression that you're not able, you're not capable, you're not capable to make it work, and therefore you need so much advice, you need so much like assistance in that regard. But it's a very belittling, like it's a very um it's making me feel like people are underestimating you, or people are trying to take responsibility for something they shouldn't be, or that they don't trust you enough to actually like make it work by yourself. It comes from a space of desperacy, control, and like care, but it's a very convoluted one, you know. Your money lies in your independence, by the way. Your money lies into your own directions, into your own like bidding, into your own mm, yeah, your own guidance, your own directions. The moment in which you're going to believe in that, the moment in which you're going to trust yourself to actually care and to listen to your own voice and to listen to your own preferences, this is exactly the moment in which you're going to be moving forward. And I see a lot of change. The moment in which you're going to be stepping into your own independence, separation, and I'm taking things into my own hands, this is going to be the moment in which you invite a lot of change, and it's going to unleash a lot of change, and it's going to make you feel like you are receiving everything you should have for a very long time. I would expect things to change drastically the moment in which you get the money, the moment in which you hit the abundance, but by your own self, and by trusting that you did it, by trusting that you were capable to do it all along, no matter what was the situation for you. Age doesn't matter in here as well. Or it's like you're too, either you're too polite or you're too good with people, so much so that they are like stepping over you, or they are stepping over your opinion, as if like nothing you say is really mad, like is sorry, nothing you say is really like worth listening to, or you, I know better, like don't even speak to me, like I've been there, like I know what's best for you. No, it's not. You have to trust yourself. You have to find the people who will say like, let's make it work together by listening to yourself. I'll be there for you, but you take the steps. Like I will be there for you, and I will advise you the moment in which you will be asking for it, the moment in which you'll be reaching out for help. I will be there, but they will not be nosy, they will not interfere, and they will not intervene in such a way, in such an abusive way, you know. Because in here I feel like this is the case of someone who is experiencing this, or someone who is unable to see money that was made by themselves or by like their own hand, which you're more than capable of doing. This whole situation is like an illusion that is being cast upon you unfairly. Okay, it's okay, because we'll be learning it together, and we're going to be creating readings to assist you with that as well. But it's your story, it's your narrative. Like you are the protagonist of this story. You have to make it work, and not because you have to, but because it's exciting, because we're all waiting for your move in the chess game. We're all waiting for your grandiose new step into the game. And these people are afraid that, yeah, maybe you are going to bring something better to the table, and they are going to be like the ones to actually regret even advising you, because their advice is not actually um, in accordance to your like level of mm, power. Okay, believe in yourself. This pile needs to believe in themselves. This pile needs to believe that they can create things. This pile needs to see that there are experiences that are better than what they went through, that they are too more than capable of creating comfort, abundance, and a level of like pleasure and comfort in their life that is completely like made by themselves. Like you are capable of it, like you are capable of making it without the external influences, so to speak. That was all pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my old videos as well. And yeah, write me down there like in the comments if you chose the pile number 4. I'm most curious to find out. Till then, see you. Take care. Bye.